So here we go. This is the Tudor oak style door I'm making. Okay, and I'm just making up the components at the moment. This is top rail, mid and bottom rail, and stiles. Okay, all the mortise and tenoning's been done. These are your tenons, these are your mortises, and it's all ready to go. So I'm going to take it outside, dry assemble it, and that's the framework. So this is a ledged frame, a framed ledged and braced door, okay, with a Tudor style, and you'll see that when it comes towards the end. But look at that lovely quarter sawn oak. All right, it's got loads of holes in it, but it's not structurally caused any problem to it. When the worms attacked it, they were treated straight away, basically, well, within a few weeks, and they never festered away eating it, and it never got damp. It went into a hot kiln dryer to dry it. Then it was treated with me when I took it back with vinegar, and then afterwards I put a proper, what they call it, a proper worm treater on it, so there's nothing in it. But it's going to look fantastic because it gives you that oldie woldy feel. Anyway, let's go and assemble it dry. Okay, so dry assembled, I've put it all together. Just make sure all the joints are nice and, you know, snug, and it's not racked or out square. So it's all mortise and tenoning. These are the tenons coming through, and then there's these wedges. These holes are for wedges on all of them. Whenever you make an external door, don't do it with biscuits or anything like that. You need to have a full tenon, because you want 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 all connected, and that makes it a lot stronger. But you do see these modern like Festool tools and that, they just put a biscuit in and make a door. It's rubbish. But anyway, there you go. So that's the first part of it. This is a skeleton. Then what will happen is there'll be panels in there coming in, and they'll be flush with this surface, and that'll be the external part of it. And there's a little you see these are set back down that 1 inch, and then they've got a rebate 1 inch as well that runs into that. And what that does is that brings the panels in, boom. But what makes this door go bing is when I do the bead work, and you'll see that getting ready to put the studs in, and that all comes later. So this is just a skeleton at the moment. Then I've got two braces over there, braces there, and they'll sit on the ledges. We call this a framed ledged and braced door, panelled. And then sorry about the shadow. Anyway, I'm just about to glue it up now, so I'm going to glue this up, square it off, and then I can start doing the panel work. Right, door glued up, taken off the cramps, the bar cramps. You can do that straight away when you're using wedges as well. That's another good thing, especially hardwood. But I just want to say thank you to Jacqueline. Last year you got us a couple of these hats from Oz in Australia, and they're really working, especially on my neck. Fantastic, thank you very much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sort of square the door up, and how I do that is from corner to corner. So I know that they're the same length. I'm going to just pull over this here, get it in that corner. Come on this side. And that is spot on, lucky there. Normally with hardwood, if you cut the shoulders square, when you cramp and glue it up, it goes square within a mil or so. And we've got a tolerance of a mil, possibly 2. But there we go. So I'm going to leave that for a while and start making the panelling now. I've got 6 panels to go in here, and then covering the panel fillets, the joints where they meet, there'll be a bead going over the top all the way down, and this top one I'll be making it into like a Gothic arch, okay, with the beads. So when the door's shut inside the framework you saw last week, you'll see that the door gives you the illusion that it's a Tudor shape as well, but it isn't. That's how it, because we want the strength in the door still, you know. Love that sound. So that's called end grain, okay, and these are end grain shavings. And to get that, especially with oak, you need a very, very sharp plane. sharp tools. They're ultra fine. Yeah. Nice sharp blade. Okay, so I've got the door inside the framework. So I've just laid the framework on top. And now I'm going to do all the fillet work, fillet beading, which you'll see in a bit. And I just wanted to come down here. You earlier saw me cutting the ends of these panels. Okay, they're 1 inch thick there. And that's the weather bar down there. And there's a clear space there of about 3 mil. So when this door opens and shuts, it don't rub against that. But that stops any weather coming inside. And then on here, there'll be a weather board. And then there'll be the beads going up. But it's getting there now. Won't be long. Should have that made. You can see this is a darker colour because this has been oiled. This hasn't yet. So first of all, I want to give this another treat because it has got a lot of holes in it. Look. But I like that because it gives it that sort of oldie-woldy feel. I know they're all dead, but I want to make sure. And so I'll give it another treat. That means it's had 2 treatments, or 3 with the vinegar, but the chemical treater, just the belt and braces there. And these gaps, you won't see these. I mean, they're all cramped up, them boards, and they're biscuited as well. With a biscuit joiner, which is down in that box there. Put away now, done it. So now I've got to do all this work. So this is the back of the door, the inside of the door. I've just put some braces in here and screwed it as well. I put these screws in because it's such a wide door that you have to catch as much as this panels because over time it's going to move and swell and shrink. And it's all glued as well, but just belt and braces. And then later on, at some stage, I'll just put a little caps of oak on these. But I want to show you the joint that I've done. Yeah. I think I've showed this on my doors before when I make them. But you always notch them in like this. Yeah, that's a 90-degree angle. And then that's the remainder of the angle. And that's done because it strengthens up the door. So that's at the top, there, and there. And the reason you do that is, if you imagine that's the top of the door, this is the bottom. And when that's standing up, the weight wants to, because it'd be hinged on this side, the weight of the door will want to tip down this way. Okay, go that way over time. Natural gravity is pulling it all the time. So what this does is, this little step in here, it sort of locks it. It's like a wedge that locks it and keeps it upright because all the pressure is coming down to this point here, which is close to a joint, which is very, very, very strong because there's some mortise and tenon in there. And that is the proper way to do ledge and brace, even though that's a framed ledge and brace. But ledge and brace is how it should be done. You don't see it no more because you've got all DIYers doing these sort of doors and they just cut straight lines, stick it up there. It's doing nothing. It's authentic. It's not, I mean, it's visual. It's not actually doing nothing. This is doing the job. So this door will stay true for many years to come. I've seen some shocking ones on YouTube where they've actually put the door up and the brace is going the other way. It's unbelievable, but you can tell they're playing at it. But and I've done a little chamfer down the edges here. Sorry about my shadow. Chamfered here, chamfered all the way around. And you might notice, if you're the keen-eyed, you can see that there's a little lip here, look, up on all of it. And that's because this stock I had here was the last bit of this I had, and it's the right colour, and it was a little bit thinner. But it doesn't matter, as long as you get that lock in that joint there, that's all you need to worry about. But, and you see on the other side, that's the Tudor side. So the inside you'll see that, and then the outside, when you look over there, you'll see the arch, Tudor arch, and the door. Okay, Ches, what do you think? Hey, what do you think? You liking that door? Anyway, there you go, folks. This the Tudor oak door I made in solid oak. Heavy. 2 of us to lift that. So you got the door inside that frame I made the other day. And let's bring you down, show you some detail. I'm on some steps at the moment. So it's only had one sealer coat on it, and I'm letting it dry out here. You see the detail I did, you know, with the little bishop's hat. But I've also transferred it down here as well on these. All I've got to do now is make a weatherboard to go here, along here, all the way through. I've got to just find a good bit of oak for that. These are covering fillets, and I've chamfered them all the edges as well, all the way up, and all the way up to the archery bit. And actually, this here is not just a straight piece. I've actually cut that on the arc, yeah, semicircle, and then joined it in the centre. Done all the chamfer work in there as well. And the arch just looks beautiful, doesn't it? Tell what you think. So that's job done. I'm very pleased with that, and saved myself a bucket load of money. It's took me 4 days from start to finish, and I priced it in the UK, how much it would cost that exact door, and it was around £7,000. Ridiculous for 4 days work anyway. But I'd like to get that all day long, yeah, but never mind. Anyway, that's that finished. So, give us your thoughts. Tell me, would you like a door like that on your front door? And thanks for joining us this week. And don't forget to share, like, subscribe and all the things. And if you really want to help our channel, why don't you just become a member, eh? Become a member, because that's what's going to help keep making the videos. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this week's video.